Crick. Whenever I've been around someone's house and they've got a bookcase, I've always looked at the books. Bookcase tells an awful lot of stories about what you're interested in and what your pastimes and hobbies are. Don't look too deeply into mine, will you? Telly's on. It's a 40-inch sharp telly. It's got Harman Kardon speakers. I don't know how well they sound, but what are they called? Harman Kardon are supposed to be quite good speakers. It's a smart telly. I don't know how smart it is. It's a telly. And it's 40 inches, but it doesn't look too big. Well, I don't think it does anyway. It kind of fills that gap. It fills that part of the wall. Doesn't look too big, and it's certainly not too small. Ideal for the kids to watch a bit of telly, play some stuff on the telly, I suppose, whatever they do. And oh, there we go, a sharp telly with Harman Kardon speakers. Dom's been putting all the panels inside the side hatches and the front doors and the back doors, and they do look fantastic. Trouble is, those panels are inside the frames. They're all been painted the same colour as the boat. And I don't want to give the game away just yet. Soz. Clock's on, look. And it's quite cold in the boat. 12 degrees. Ooh. And then there's a barometer side that says it's nearly 80. Whatever that means. With the boat being out of, in the tunnel, it's not too warm in here. I've got my coat on again. The weather's changeable. Let's talk batteries. I've opted for lithium. It wasn't always going to be lithium when I approached Mark some years ago now about him designing and building me a narrowboat. Lead acid was where I was going, and the reason for that, well, it was cheaper. when I managed to save a bit more money, I said to Mark, you know, if I was to have any home improvements, what would you get? Lithium was his answer. He didn't think about it. It was just straight away, you know, for your boat, lithium, full stop. Okay. And then we sat down and we discussed the pros and cons, and even the fact that we had the chief rep from Mastervolt came down and had a chat with me. So a lot of the information I'm getting, or I'm going to pass on, is through that conversation I had with Mastervolt rep. Why have I opted for Mastervolt? Well, it's just easier, I've been advised. Easier to fit, even for myself. Easier to exchange if things go wrong. And Mastervolt have designed their system where simplicity is at the forefront of their design. The kit is capable of delivering maximum current for fast charging whilst eliminating the risk of overcharging. That's good. It's quieter. I didn't know batteries made a noise. And they are smaller and lighter in weight than their previous models. Now, that battery I've got weighs about 50k. So that's not a light thing, and that's the only battery. So that battery does it all. But so there's an advantage to that then, in that there's only one battery. The disadvantage is inside. So that cupboard, as I walk down on the back of the boat, that cupboard is taken up full of electricity. Electrical wiggly amps, and at the bottom part of that cupboard is all batteries and stuff. And on the opposite side is my calorifier. And again, the hot water tank, that's taken up an awful lot of space. The benefit of that, of course, is that leaves me quite a lot of room in the engine bay to put composting type stuff and other stuff. When the system is set up, I'll only be allowed to use to a depth of discharge of 80%, as this will prolong the life of the battery. So that, I mean, to me that's a great thing. Although lithium batteries you can use from 0 to hero, it is taking it beyond the 80% that starts to create a bit of damage to the battery. So this battery has 3,500 cycles, about 10 years. And that's 10 years of charging it from 0 to hero. And also, the battery will alarm, or the system will alarm, when the battery gets down to 80%. This is not fact, this is just me thinking. If I was to use 100% of power, instead of every day, which the batteries are supposed to last 10 years, every 2 days, does that mean the battery will last 20 years? In practice, probably not. It is suggested that lithium batteries degrade naturally over time. And, 10 years is a roundabout figure that everybody goes on about, and the battery will last 10 years. Now, it doesn't mean to say in 10 years' time it will just drop off the face of the world and just stop working. I was watching Rory, that fella that used to be on Top Gear, who now does something on the YouTube, can't quite remember what it was. But he was testing the Nissan Leaf. And after 10 years, he tested that battery, and it's at 80% of its full capacity. So what I've been told by the Mastervolt rep, and what I've learnt from Rory from Top Gear, it's kind of like being verified from entirely two different sources. It doesn't hurt the battery getting a bit of a burst, bit of a charge to see it through. Whereas you do that to lead acid, it does create it a bit of a drama. So again, this style of battery suits my lifestyle on the cut. But if I was hooked up on a marina, lead acid, absolutely fine, because you're charging them the whole time, aren't you? steps in. Look at that. Well, there's me clobber. As no doubt you'll understand, I'm a bit of a snappy dresser. There's a bit of a common theme there. They're all checkered type shirts. Look, that. I don't need to follow fashion. I am a trendsetter. In fact, there's going to be something, I think I might start up a DLC, dressed like Chris. If you want some fashion advice, you know, just drop me on the comments box and I'll be happy to oblige. Yet to fill up that side. I'm sure that won't take long. Battery resistance. The difference between a lead acid battery and a lithium battery is the amount of resistance in the battery. So a lead acid battery would take 80% of charge without too much problem. The management system will protect the batteries from being overcharged or too quickly charged and all that, and distribute the power between the batteries. But when it gets to 80%, resistance creeps in and it will take a further amount of time to get the last 20%. Now, there's a little bit of Pareto's law here, isn't there? 80-20. So is it that it takes 80% more time to get the last 20% of power in a lead acid battery to get it to floating charge? Which means solar power in the summer allows those lead acid batteries to get there. However, in the winter, you kind of need to continuously cruise or have your engine running to keep those lead acid batteries topped up as much as you possibly can. However, lithium, there is no resistance, so that quick burst of energy is a good thing for a lithium battery. For my standard of living, I will need 30 amps for the fridge, freezer and 6 amps for the water pumps per day. Lights are LED, so the usage is negligible. My average is 36 amp hours per day. Now, it wasn't too long ago when halogen lights were being used and they would draw 30 amps in themselves. So hence the reason why in the dark days of narrowboating, halogen lamps, you'd only have one at a time because the batteries would run flat really quickly. My battery is a minimum of 400 amp hours and I need to use a maximum of 80%, so I've got 360 amp hours to use. If I only need my fridge, freezer and water pumps working, 10 days of electricity. Gift. I know that's not going to be the case. You know, charging batteries, putting the television on. If the kids are here, they'll be on the PlayStation. So I appreciate that I will probably, when the kids are on the boat, need to charge the battery daily. But then if I'm moving about, shouldn't be too much of an issue. This battery setup has its own battery management system integrated within the battery. And this is used for cell balance, monitoring and control. The combi machine is a charger and inverter all in one system. So to work out which type of combination combi machine you need to understand what is the most powerful piece of electrical equipment you've got on the boat. For me, it's the washing machine. So if the washing machine was spinning at 1400 revs a minute or was heating up at whatever time, so at the back of the washing machine, I think it's 2,500 watts is its highest point it can use. So your combi machine with setup has got to be able to manage that and the 36 amps I might need. I know that's generally speaking, but worst case scenario, so you don't overload the system. When the battery is being charged, it has a number of cells. I don't know how many, but the cells, when one of those cells reaches 100%, the battery shuts down and it does wiggly, special, magical stuff to push that charge over the rest of the cells and until the cells are equalised. That's proper clever stuff, that, to be fair. Now don't forget, I've also got 720 watts of solar. So in the summer, that battery is always going to get trickle charged and it's not going to do it any harm whatsoever. So one of the questions I asked the Mastervolt blokey that come up here to have a chat with me, for about an hour and a half he did. And I said to him, so I've got a battery that's 400 amp hours. Let's say, for example, I have 2 of them, 800 amp hours. Now, that's clearly going to last me a long time. So, is that more beneficial for me to have 2 batteries or 1? He goes, absolutely, do not bother getting 2 batteries. The reason being, whilst it's good in mathematically, 1, it's double the cost. Okay, get that. And 2, he said, it takes you twice as long to charge them up. Therefore, using more diesel, the more running time on the engine means I need to service the engine more and all that sort of stuff. So to have 2 of them, wasted time. Because I'm very rarely going to use 400 amp hours in a day. And because I'm continuously cruising, that battery will get continually charged. And it doesn't hurt the battery if it doesn't get up to 100%. Those small little bursts of charge don't ruin the battery. Okay. It's cheaper, in fact, when that battery's knackered to get another one. And because it's a plug and play system, it shouldn't be too difficult to work it out. So, Dom's doing a bit of drilling. The electrical stuff is started to happen. Ben's been doing some wiggly amps. The battery's in. But I've lost my train of thought again. no, mate, so it's okay. Oh, wait. It shouldn't be too long now before I'm able to show you the lighty up and the lighty across and all that lighty type stuff. Ben is doing all that. Crick was good. I didn't want to do too much of interior boats of other people's boats. Only because it's on the internet. I met a few subscribers there, and thanks for those people that said hello to me. Really appreciate all the support that all the subscribers do, and again, genuine thanks for those people that said hello at Crick. And next week, hopefully, Dom would have finished drilling, and I don't know what's going on next time. Anyway, thanks for liking, thanks for watching. Is it thanks for watching, thanks for liking? I don't know.
Thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing.
Thanks for watching, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, and next week is next week. I'll see you next week.